Nation in Conversation travels to the southeast of Gauteng's City of Gold, where a young female farmer, Mbali Nwoko, farms on 14 hectares of land. Green Terrace, a finalist in the 2017 Sage Small Business Awards, produces baby marrows, green beans and spinach in open fields and undercover. Mbali's interest in farming was piqued when a friend told her about his venture into farming. Mbali's curiosity got the better of her, and the rest, as they say, is history.
The vision for Green Terrace is to be one of the leading female agribusinesses in South Africa, primarily focusing on baby vegetables, supplying local as well as exports markets. We see ourselves being globally GAP certified as well, and employing more, I suppose even producing more, but still maintaining the focus of intensive precision agriculture. And where precision involves, we adopt technology, or technology is plays a big part in the way in which we farm. We're using a mobile app as currently in terms of record keeping and marking of our fields. We're currently installing a drip irrigation system, which could streamline our processes where fertigation is involved, as well as watering, because we would like to save the water resource. My ideas on how to farm well on the crops that we currently farm, I literally just learn from every stakeholder that I interact with. So where it be the seed companies, where the agronomists would give proper technical advice in terms of how to plant the seeds, how to treat the seeds, when to water, when not to water, when to plant within the day and so forth. From the many farmers that I meet, that I network with, I visit their productions, I see what they do, and sharing best practice. I get my inspiration primarily from farmers, even if they do something outside of what I do, in terms of maybe not farming the crops that I farm, but they could be maybe with livestock or doing maize or other vegetables. I do have a mentor that also produces beans as well as marrows, and they are of my age or even younger. And I also have mentors who I speak to online that are not necessarily in South Africa but have an interest in farming within South Africa, or have friends that are farming in South Africa and know a bit more or less of our climatic conditions and the history of farming within SA.
Though the business is still in its infancy, other emerging farmers are already knocking on her door for advice.
As much as I'm being mentored by commercial farmers, I am a mentor to other emerging farmers, which I find quite a humbling experience, because I don't see myself being at the peak of what I'm doing, and I'm still learning. I'm still a young farmer and I've got huge capacity to grow. The humbling part of it, or the ironic part of it, is that people have come to me seeking advice, and in terms of understanding my story, how can they best implement what I've done on my farm and replicate it on their farm, So I've visited a couple of farms. I speak to a couple of emerging farmers as well, and the group is dynamic, ranging from young to older, from females to males. I've had people coming onto the farm, learning on the farm.
To outsiders, farming can easily take on a fanciful nature. Mbali reflects on a few of the hard realities.
We've been farming for 2 years now, and I think the major challenges for us has been, personally on this farm, is retaining female employees on a permanent basis. I'd find challenges where, come month end, they wouldn't be at the farm, or they'd have, problems at home and so forth, maybe pertaining to their partners or to their children. The challenges is also dealing with buyers who would chop and change your supply program. You would have discussed with the buyer to say, I'm bringing X quantities or X tons of produce for this week. And then, they have the power to say, okay, based on how their orders look like for the week, they can automatically stop that or cut that supply that you were planning to supply for that week. And I suppose some clients paying late, not adhering to the terms and conditions that we've had agreed and signed into. So, and that has disrupted the business a bit, because, plants don't wait for month end or 14 days. When plants need to be watered or fertilized or sprayed with insecticides, they need that to be done right now. What I love most about farming is interacting with nature. I walk the fields every morning. I love smelling the fresh air. We're situated close to the highway. I love the sound of the cars passing by. I love the sound of, bees, especially when our plants are coming to flowering process. I love the planting stage as well because it's a new beginning. It's, everything is fresh, the land is fresh, it's clean. Yeah, there's a lot of elements in farming that I enjoy, and it all has to do with how nature responds to me and how I respond to nature.
For this young woman, emboldened by her newfound love for agriculture, it seems the world is Mbali's oyster. Nation in Conversation, your partner in dialogue.